Assalamu alaikum. Today we will be solving winter 2016 1-1 and physics MCQ paper. So now you can see the first MCQ is right in front of you. It's first MCQ. The length the length of the copper wire is labeled length 30 meter and the diameter 0.50 millimeter. Which instrument are more suitable to measure accurately the length and the diameter of the wire are given. The length is 30 meter. For that because 30 meter is more than 1 meter, so that's why we will use a tape. And because the diameter of the wires is always measured with a micrometer, so the option should be for the best option will be the D option. For the length we use tape and for the diameter we use micrometer. A skydiver falls from the rest through the air and reaches terminal velocity. What is the acceleration of skydiver during his fall? When you start the jump, your acceleration is 10 meter per second square. And as you speed up, your acceleration decreases, and when you reach the terminal velocity, the acceleration becomes zero. So at the start, the acceleration will be 10 meter per second square, and at the terminal velocity, the acceleration will be zero. So the best option will be the choice here, starting at 10 meter per second square and decreasing at 0 meter per second square. The next question is, the diagram shows a car going around a circular track at constant speed. Which arrow shows the direction of the resultant force on the car? When you move in a circle, the resultant force is always directed toward the center of that circle. So the best option will be the D option. So for the third one, we say the option is D. Okay. The next question is question number 4. A car has stopped at a red light. When the light changes to green, the car starts moving with the constant acceleration. Note down this word, constant acceleration. The graph represents this one. It means the change in velocity is constant, but the velocity is changing, but it's changing with the constant rate. So which quantity is plotted on the x-axis and which quantity is plotted on the y-axis? On the x-axis, we should have time, and for a body who is accelerating, is moving with a constant acceleration. If we have drawn a speed time graph for a constant acceleration, this graph would have been a straight line, but this graph is curved. So here on the x-axis, it must be time. On the y-axis, it should be distance or displacement. So on the x-axis, time, and distance. C is the best option. G. Question number 4, the option is question number 4. The option is C. Question number 5. Which statement about mass and weight is correct? A mass is just a weight due to a gravitational field. Yeah, that's some to some extent. Yes. Mass and weight are different types of forces. That's wrong. Weight is a force, but mass is not a force. Mass and weight have the same unit. No, that's wrong. When an object expands, its mass changes, but its weight stays the same. No. So A is the best option. Question number 5. A is the best option. Okay. So next one is I need to reduce its size a little bit. Yes. Now you see, each diagram shows two forces that are equal in magnitude. Which diagram shows two forces that are Newton's third law of wear? I think that C is the option. Question number 6. C is the option. Electron attracts the nucleus, and nucleus attracts the electron. That is the Newton's laws of third law of motion. This is the force which are up here. Okay, two forces of 3 Newton and 4 Newton. Uh, Two forces of 3 Newton and 4 Newton act at right angles to each other. Which diagram shows the result R of these two forces? You see, here they have drawn parallelograms. In the parallelogram, the vectors to be added, their tails must be joined. So, and the resultant will be where the tails are joined, you join that point with the opposite corner. So C is the best option. You see the vector 3 Newton, 4 Newton, their tails are joined, you completed the parallelogram. Then where the tails were joined, you join them with the opposite corner. So you get the, uh, so that is the best thing. This one is wrong because resultant force direction is wrong. This is totally wrong. This is totally wrong. Okay. So the for the seventh one, the option is for the seventh, the option will be C. And then that comes the next one. Okay. The workman rolls a barrel of weight 2000 Newton up a plank of length 2 meter and onto a lorry. The back of the lorry is 0.8 meter above the horizontal surface of the road. What is the work done on the barrel against the gravity? The work done is the three, four formulas for the work done. One way of calculating the work done is to calculate how much is the change in the gravitational potential energy. So the gravitational potential energy can be calculated by the formula mgh, or weight into height. So the weight of the barrel is given, that's 2000 Newton. You multiply with the vertical height, 2000 multiply, let me get the calculator, 2000, and you multiply it with the 0.8. So your answer is 1600. So 1600 is the answer. So B is the choice. So question number A, you will have B choice. And then we have question number 9. He says three objects PQ, PQ, and three objects PQ and R have different masses and different speeds as shown in the table. Okay, which is the order of the increasing kinetic energy. Okay, so for speed is given, the mass of the three objects are given, the speeds are given. You can calculate the kinetic energy for each object. For example, let's say the first one, we can, the formula for the kinetic energy 1 by 2 mv square. So let's apply on the first one. Let's clear it. 1 by 2, the mass multiply 3 divided by 2. What's the answer? The first one, the its kinetic energy is 4.5. Let's calculate the kinetic energy for the Q. That's 2 multiply, yani M multiply V, and divided by 2. The answer is 4. So the Q is 4. And the next one is R. R will be 5 mass multiply velocity divided by 2. You get the answer 2.5. So the R will be equals to 2.5. And so the P's kinetic energy is 4.5. The Q's kinetic energy is 4. The kinetic energy of R is 2.5. So what is the order of increasing kinetic energy? So the smallest will be R, and then Q, and then P. R, R, Q, P. R, Q, P. R, Q, P. That's the D choice. So question number 9 has D choice. And then we move to the next question. The question number 10. A weightlifter lifts some masses through a height of 1.8 meter. The gravitational field strength G is 10 Newton per kg. During the lift, the gravitational potential energy of the masses increases by 4500 joules. What is the total mass lifted? So the kinetic, the potential energy, the gravitational potential energy, its formula is the gravitational potential energy. Its formula is mgh, and we can calculate the mass. So I know the already. I know the gravitational potential energy is already given to us, and I will bring the h value and the g value on the other side, and they will divide, and I will get the value of m. So the 4500 divided by uh, the G value, that is 10. Okay, but the answer we get this. Then again divided with the height, 1.8, and the answer is 250. So the mass will be 250 kg. So the choice is B. Question number 10, the choice will be B. Okay. Then we have next question. Which expression is used to calculate the power? The power, there are two. The formula for the power is work done divided by time. So the choice is for 11. The choice is C. For the next question, number 12, the pressure of the atmosphere is 100,000 Pascal. What force does the atmosphere exert on the upper surface of a pound of surface area 2? You know, the pressure is equal to force divided by area. If you want to calculate the force will be equal to pressure multiply area. So let's take our calculator out. So you know the pressure 100,000, and I will multiply it with the surface area. The surface area is 20. So multiply with it. The answer you get is 2 and 6 zeros. Okay. So the D is the choice. Question number 12, you have got the D choice. And then we have next question is oil of density 8.5x per 2 kg per meter cube is stored in a large tank. The gravitational field strength G is 10 newtons per kg. What is the pressure due to oil 6 meter below its surface? Okay. So you remember the formula for the pressure of a liquid is rho GH. The pressure formula is rho GH. Density into the depth of the liquid into the G value. So let's take out our calculator. The rho GH. Rho is 8.5 multiply 100. Yeah, it will become 850 multiply G value multiply depth of the liquid, that is 6. So what answer we get? 5100 passes. 5100, 51,000. And the 13, so the choice will be D. Okay. So let's move to the next one. It says air is trapped in a cylinder by a piston. The piston is pushed further into the cylinder. How does the pressure and volume of the air in the syringe change? When you will push this piston further into the cylinder, the volume of the air inside the syringe will decrease. When the volume of the air inside the syringe will decrease, then what will happen? The pressure of the air will increase. So the volume should decrease and the pressure should increase. I think that the choice is C, 14, C choice. The volume will decrease and the pressure will increase. Question number 15. Which statement explains how a pressure is exerted by a gas on a container? A gas molecule collide with other gas molecules in a container. The gas molecule collide with the wall. Yeah, that's the reason. Gas molecules exert strong attractive force on each other. No. Gas molecules exert strong repulsive force. No. So why the pressure exerted by the gas? The reason is very simple. The reason is because the gas molecules are colliding with the walls of the container. So the choice seems to be B. So question number 15, the choice is B. And for question number 16, when a liquid evaporates, molecules escape from its surface. Which molecules escape and what happens to the average kinetic energy of the molecules remaining in the... So those molecules escape during evaporation who have higher kinetic energy. So the molecules which are left in the liquid, they have less kinetic energy. Due to this, the liquid, its temperature drops because the average kinetic energy of the molecules left in the liquid, that decreases, so its temperature drops. So what happens? The more energetic molecules escape, and escape the average kinetic, and the average kinetic energy of the liquid will decrease. So the choice is C, I think. C choice. Question number 16, the C choice. The more energetic molecules escape, and the average kinetic energy decreases. The next question is question number 17. Question number 17 says the diagram shows changes of state. You can see that the states are gas, liquid, solid. What are the names of the changes state P, Q, and R? P, gas to liquid. This is called the condensation. And from liquid to solid. Liquid to solid is called solidification. And from solid to liquid, R. From solid to liquid, this is called melting. And from liquid to gas, this is called boiling. So, so what we call, so the choice seems, the correct choice is B. B choice. Question number 17, the choice should be B. P stands for the B, so the P, that is basically condensation, then solidification, the R is representing melting, and the S represents the boiling. Question number 18. A boiling liquid absorbs thermal energy at a rate of 450 watt. A specific latent heat of vaporization is 2.7 10 raised by 6 joules per kg. How much liquid is vaporized in 9 minutes? So first of all, the power is given 450. So first of all, what I will do, I will find out how much energy is given. The energy, or the heat which is given by the thermal source, uh, that is power multiplied time. You get the amount of heat. So the power is 450 and the time is 9 minutes, but we don't take the time in minutes. So I will multiply with 9 and I will also multiply with 60. The reason is I am taking the time in seconds. So this is the amount of heat which will be provided, which was absorbed by that liquid. So if I know the amount of heat, and during the evaporation, the formula for the heat is equals to ml. So we know the latent heat of vaporization, specific latent heat of vaporization is given to us. So heat is equal to ml, the heat we already just calculated, and the latent heat is also given there. So I want to find out the value of the m. So heat divided by L will be equals to m. So divided with the latent heat, specific latent heat, that is 2.7, and it will be 27 5 zeros 1 2 3 4 5, and this is the amount. This amount which you got the answer, the here in the latent heat, the unit he used for the mass is kg. So that's why the value of the m, which is coming 0.09, it is in kgs. So convert it into grams. How you will convert it into gram? You because in 1 kg there are 1000 grams. So multiply it with 1000 and you get in grams. So 90 grams. So the choice is C. So the 18, its choice is C. Question number 19. It says what makes a clinical thermometer suitable for measuring small changes in the body temperature? It says the amount of liquid in the bulb is small. That's wrong. And the bore of the capillary tube is narrow. That's good, because this property, when the capillary tube's bore is narrow, it makes it very sensitive. When when the thermometer is very sensitive, it shows large expansion for a small change in temperature. So that's the B could be the choice. The capillary tube is long. That's wrong. The glass bulb has a thin wall. That's wrong. So the B is the choice. Question number 19. The choice is B. Question number 20. Which statement about the transfer of thermal energy is correct? Transfer of radiation does not require a medium. That's right. Radiation do not require a medium. Transfer is from a region of lower temperature to one of the higher temperature. That's wrong. Transfer upwards in fluids is mainly through the vibrations of neighboring particles. Transfer in solids is by means of density changes. So, uh, The best answer he gave is A choice. So for question number 20, the choice is A. And for question number 21, a phone rings and lights up. Which type of waves are associated with the phone's operation? So the light is a transverse wave and sound is a longitudinal wave. So the best option will be C. 21. For 21, the option is C. Light is transverse wave and the sound is a longitudinal wave. Question number 22. The diagram shows the surface of water as a wave passes across the ripple tank. This is a diagram of a wave. Which length represents the amplitude and the wavelength? Amplitude is the maximum height from the mean position of the trough, or the maximum depth of crust, trough depth for the trough, and the height for the crust. So from the mean position, this mean position, what is the maximum height of this wave? That is known as its amplitude. Here Q, the amplitude should be Q. And the next question is, what is the wavelength? From it is the horizontal distance between the 2 points which are in the same phase. For example, from the mean position to mean position, from the top to the top, or from the bottom to the bottom. So P here is the best. Here you see this wave was going up, and again here the wave is up. So these 2 points are in the same phase, and he has shown, and they are adjacent to each other. So this is the wavelength. So P represents the wavelength. So the option for the 22 is A. For 22, the option is A. The next question, question number 23, the angle of incidence of ray OP on the plane mirror MN is 40 degree. Okay, the mirror is rotated through. He did not move the wave as on the dashed line. The direction of the incident ray OP does not change. What is the new? You see, it's a little complicated thing. He did not change the incident ray, but he moved the mirror. He moved the mirror 10 degree to the clockwise, but he did not move the incident ray. So what will happen when you will move mirror 10 degree to the clockwise? This normal will also move 10 degree to the clockwise. So the angle of incidence here will become 50 degree. So what will be the, this is the question, what is the angle of incidence? That will be 50 because if the normal will move 10 degree to the clockwise, but the incident ray will not move, then the angle between the normal and the incident ray will become 50 degree. Already there is 40, 10 degree more. Then the question is, a ray of light is incident on the surface of a glass block. The diagram is not drawn to scale. The refractive index of the glass is 1.5. And he says the angle of refraction is R. The angle between the refracted ray and the path the light takes without the glass block is D. What are R and D? Okay. Here you remember that formula, N equals to sine I divided by sine R. N equals to sine I divided by sine R. The value of N is given 1.5. I value is also given 36. Sine of 36 divided by sine R. So you will write 1.5 equals to sine 36 divided by sine R. So sine R will go on the other side. So we will have sine 36 divided by 1.5. So R will be, get the answer of sine 36 divided by 1.5. And then whatever the answer you get, then find the sine inverse of that answer. You will get the R value. So once you have the R value, this whole angle you see here, this whole angle, this is vertically opposite to this angle. So this is 36, this is 36. Once you have the value of the R, you can find the value of the D. Because this total angle should be 36, whatever the value of the R by your calculation you get. Subtract it from 36, you will get the value of the D. So I'm not making a choice here because right now I don't have a scientific calculator with me. Now another thing, in the diagram, a convex lens forms an image I of an object O. The diagram is not drawn to the scale. What is the focal length of the lens? Focal length will be when the parallel ray of the light passes through the convex lens, and then it will bend and it will pass through the principal axis. The point where it passes through the principal axis, that point is now known as the principal focal focus. And the horizontal distance between the optical center of the lens and that principal focus is known as the focal length, and that length is here is 20 centimeter. So for the 25th, the answer is uh, 20 centimeters. So the choice will be B. And for this 24th, I have not noted. For 23, the option was 50. For 23, the option was C choice. And 22, I not made the choice. I have asked you to do it. And this next question, question number 26. He says the lens is used to produce a magnified image on as shown in the scale diagram. What is the linear magnification? Very simple. You know the linear magnification, for finding the linear magnification, the formula is very simple. Linear magnification is the height of the image divided by height of the object. So on, if you are doing it on a paper, even if you are doing on a computer, measure this height of the image and divide it with the height of the object. So clearly this seems 3 times larger than this. Height of the image divided by height of the, or take a scale and measure the distance, horizontal distance of the image from the lens. Measure this from the optical center to the image. Find this horizontal, the distance of the image divided by the distance of the object. Find what is the distance between the optical center and the object. You will get the option. Here, if you measure it and you divide it with this object's height, you will get the 3 answer. So question number, the answer will be B choice, 3. So the next question. Blue and yellow are colors in the visible spectrum. Which color has a lower frequency and which color has a longer wavelength? If you remember Roy G. Biv. So he's talking. Let's write Roy G. Biv. So he's talking about which color? Blue color and the yellow color. He says who has the lower frequency? Yellow will have the lower frequency. Who will have the longer wavelength? Yellow will have the longer wavelength. If you write that code in your copy, Roy G. Biv and Roy Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and in this order their frequency is increasing. Red has the smallest frequency and the violet has the largest frequency. So yellow in that order comes before the blue. So it will have less frequency and it will have longer wavelength. So both are yellow. So the choice is 27. The choice is D. 27. The choice will be D. Which 2 types of electromagnetic radiations are both used to kill cancerous cells and are both used to detect cracks in the metals? And these were very famous rays. We call them gamma rays and X-rays. B. B should be the choice. B. 28 here for 28. B is the choice. And then he says, which property of sound waves increases as the loudness of sound increases? Loudness depends upon the amplitude. So, because the loudness depends upon the amplitude, so which property of sound wave increases as the loudness? So the amplitude will increase. So for 29, the option is A. A delicate instrument. Delicate instruments are often placed in a box to screen them from stray magnetic fields. What is the material used to for the box, and why is it used? For screening purpose, we always use soft iron, and it's a magnetic material. That's why. So the choice for the 30 question, the choice will be D. And then the next question is, a positively charged metal sphere is placed midway between two previously uncharged metal rods, one of which is one of which is connected to the earth. Which diagram shows the charges on the. So in the middle we have put a positive charge. So on these two ends it should get negative charge. And because you have connected this end with the earth, so here when the positive will be created, the electrons from the earth will come here and they will neutralize this portion. So this portion, this end here will be neutralized. This will be negative, this will be negative, this will be positive, this and then in the middle. So the best choice to me, it looks B choice, 31 B choice. The next one, a current carrying wire lies between two poles of the two magnets as shown. What is the direction of the force on the wire? You see, we will use the left hand rule. Left hand rule is like this, FMC. Left hand rule, FMC. FMC. So, because the current, FMC current is going downward, the magnetic field is from north to south, and my thumb is pointing out of the screen, out of the plane of the paper. So 32. For 32, B choice. For 32, we have B choice. And then we have another 33. A coil P and N turns is made from a length L of wire. The coil carries a current I when between two magnetic poles. A similar coil Q of 2N turns is made from a length of 2L of the identical wire. It also carries a current I when between the two magnetic poles. Which coil has the greater resistance and which coil experiences the greater turning effect? Hmm. The coil 2 has more number of turns. Hmm. And it has longer length. So which coil has the greater? The length, the coil which has the longer length, 2L length, that coil will have more resistance. So the second coil, which was Q, it will have greater resistance, and which will have more. And the second coil also has more number of turns. The more number of turns, the greater the turning effect. So two, both for both Q. The D is the choice. 33 for 33. We think the D is the choice. It says a magnet moves up and down above a coil of wire. The bottom of the magnet moves up and down between P and R. Where is the bottom of the magnet when there is no induced electromotive force in the coil? You see in this assembly here, you see, here you see, here exactly. Uh, when this will vibrate, this will vibrate up and down. This is a coil. That's a bar magnet, and it will vibrate up and down. So current will be induced in this coil. But during this vibration, when the N pole will be on the R, it will stop and it will go back. When it will be on P, it will stop and then again come down. So during this vibration, this magnet, for a very fraction of a second, the motion of the magnet stops when it is on R and it stops again when it is on P. So, and we have learned that when the bar magnet stops moving, no EMF is induced. So his question is, where is the bottom of the magnet when there is no EMF induced? So it should be on P and R, at P and at R. So the choice is B. For the 34th, the choice is B. 35th. He says which material is more suitable for the core of a transformer and which material is more suitable for the coils in the transformer. For the core, we use soft iron, and for the coils, we use copper. So A A seems to be the answer. 35 A on A choice. Let's say the next question. What the question says? The question says the diagram shows a cathode ray tube. The dotted line shows the path of a beam of electrons. The beam hits the screen at a point X and produces a bright spot. P and Q are horizontal plates on each side of it. Which change will move the bright spot to a different position on the screen? If you give P, yeah, if you apply voltage between the metal plate P and Q. That's true. Decrease the positive voltage of the node. No. Increase the positive voltage of the node. No. Increase the voltage between the terminals of the node. No. So A is the choice. 36. If you apply the voltage between, if you give the voltage to the P and Q, the beam of electron will be either deflected upward or it will be deflected downward. So it will move. 36. The table gives the color code used by marking resistor. Okay, what is the resistance? What is the resistance of the resistor in the color? So you see here are three bands of colors given, and let me show you. Yeah, now it's more clear. You see the three colors are given: yellow, violet, orange. Right? Yellow. So the first color will give you a digit 2. Yellow stands for 4. Okay, note it down, 4. And the violet stands for 7. So number is 47. And the third band tells you the exponent, 10 raised to power what? The orange, the third color tells you 10 raised to power what? So orange stands for here 3. So into 10 raised to power 3. So it's basically 47 into 1000 and it will be 47,000. So 47,000, D is the choice. For 37, the D is the choice. And the next one is 38. Which type of radiation may be emitted by radioactive nuclei? Radioactive nuclei gives out alpha, beta, and gamma. Beta and gamma is the right answer. Microwaves, no. Radio waves, no. Ultraviolet, no. So A is the choice. For 38, the choice is A. Alpha, beta, gamma. Beta and gamma. Okay. 39th question. Smaller. He says a freshly made sample of radioactivity gives a count rate of 8,000 counts per minute. After 20 days, it gives a count rate of 500. So per minute. It's just very simple. When the count rate during was 8,000, half it. It will become 4,000. Half it. It will become 2,000. Again half it. 100,000. Again half it. 5. How many times you divided with 2? From 8,000 you took it to the 4,000, 4,000, 2,000. From 2,000 it went to 1,000. From 1,000 it went to 500. So if I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times I divided with 2, 4 half lives. He says total 20 days have passed. So divide that 20 with 4, you get 5. So the one half life is of 5 days. So for 39, the half life is how much? 5 days. B is the option. Next question, question number 40. Which number is always equals to the proton number of a neutral atom of electrons? Number of electrons and protons are always equal in a neutral atom. A is the choice. For 40, the choice is A. Let's check the answers. We have done the 40 question. Let's check the answers. I got also of the marking scheme. I have written the answers on a page also. I can show you. You see, we have written all the answers. Yeah, I was doing. Okay, D. 1D, 2D, 3D, 4C, 5A, 6C, 7C, 8B, 9D, 10B, 11C, 12D, 13D, 14C, 15B. Let's check the answers. 16C, 17B, 18C, 19B, 28, 21. 21C, 22A, 23C, 22 we did not made a choice there. 22A will be the answer. You have to do that calculation. Okay, so 25 B, 26 B, 27, 27. Answer is B, 28 B, 29 A, 30 B, 31 B, 32 B, 33 D, 34 B, 35 A, 36 A, 37 D, 13, 38 A, 39 B, 40 A. So they all are good. I hope you have understood this paper, and this is a little effort, so you can understand them and you can perform well. Take care of yourself. Okay, goodbye.